walk it by yourself. Now walk it by yourself. Now walk it by yourself. Now walk it by yourself. To the right, to the right, to the right, to the right, to the left.
I have Gracia back here in the back. Mia in the back.
Vallejo, which is the most diverse city in the nation, which is a title I think that they've touted on for too long without valuing said diversity. If you look at Vallejo High and then you look at Jesse Bethel, there's a vast difference between what's going on those campuses. Jesse Bethel has a medical academy, the law academy, the healthcare academy, all these different academies. And you go to Vallejo, and in the work I've done, I've worked in both of these campuses, and there was a palpable, like, oppressive feeling when I was on Vallejo's campus that I didn't have when I went to Vallejo. So again, when I say, what is Black history? It's every day that us as Black people are living our own lives. Every day that we're trying to strive to create the change that we want to see. It's important to be strong. It's important to remember you come from a resilient people. There was a movie, Coach Carter, and in the movie, one of the quotes that always stuck with me was, our biggest fear is not that we're incapable. Our biggest fear is that we're powerful beyond reason. And when it comes to Black people, I like to use that but change it. Their biggest fear is not that we're incapable, but their biggest fear is that we are powerful beyond reason. There is no other race of people that has been oppressed, beat down, their history stripped from them, their cultural stripped from them, their language is stripped from them, and have still been able to carry on. Again, while that's important to know, it also becomes very tiring. So another thing that's important about Black history is self-care. Take care of yourselves as Black people. Understand that this is a marathon of a fight to get justice. This is a marathon that we're working on. It's not a sprint. It's not a one-day thing. You don't just wake up, get out there, protest and hit the streets, and the next thing you know, things have changed. When we talk about Solano County, baby, Solano County, like, it has been difficult living in this county as Black people because of it touting its, title of being the most diverse city in the nation. We have Pista Se Nayon. I'm Filipino too, I love that. We have Little Mexico. That's amazing too. What is there for Black people in Vallejo, in Solano County? Our Juneteenth festival is great, but what is there truly to uplift and build the Black community? And there's not much, to be honest with you. So it's important that when we're living Black history, we're remembering that we are Black history. So the things we do, the things we want to see, the things we create are bricks of Black history. And in laying those bricks, you're creating a legacy, you're creating a foundation for a better tomorrow. So Black history isn't just a month, it's a month for people to kind of recognize, I think it's strange that it's the shortest month of the year, but whatever, that's another conversation. It's a month for us to, I use Black History Month as a month for me to kind of sit back and regroup, because now everybody's talking about, Black lives and Black history. After George Floyd, unfortunately, that was a terrible incident, but all of a sudden, Yelp has a section for Black businesses. Amazon has Black businesses. Like, everybody just realized that Black people are actually alive. Like, no, we've been here for centuries. We've been here for years. Like, we built pyramids, we did all this stuff. You talk about Kemet, it goes beyond that. When you look at, the sphinxes in Africa, from Africa to Asia, the noses are knocked off. Why? Because they had very much Afrocentric features. Because why? Because Black people built those things. And those things were also built for Black people, because Black people were looked at as a revered people. The colors in the Sistine Chapel came from Africa. They didn't have that in Europe. Those things came from Africa. So Black people cross all kinds of cultural divides. There's Black Asians, Black Hispanics, Black Africans, Black Egyptians, which is a strange thing to say because, as much as they differentiate Egypt and Africa, Egypt is in Africa. Egypt is in the middle of Africa. It's part of Africa. So the people in Egypt are Africans. Just like anybody that lives in America, if you live in California, you're an American. If you live in New York, you're an American. It's the continent. So with all the differences, you know, and all the struggle that there is, it's important to, like I said, take time for yourself as Black people, regroup. During Black History Month, read a book about some happy Black history. You know what I mean? Read a book about something great. We don't have to, you know, read about the struggle all the time because we're living the struggle. You know what I mean? Like I said, segregation was not that long ago. Things have gotten better, but as Black people, we're still living the struggle. But no, our parents have talked to us about, my grandparents have had conversations with me. My mother, who's in the back of the room, who worked for the probation department for 23 years. I'll never forget the very difficult conversation she had with me about when I have an encounter with police. That's Black history. You know, that's something that we're living. That's something that Black people today are still talking to their children about. And as messed up of a part of Black history it is. And if we want to change it, we can do those things to change it.
With my mind stayed on Jesus. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I'm singing and praising with my mind stayed on Jesus. Singing and praising with my mind stayed on Jesus. I'm singing and praying with my mind stayed on Jesus. Hallelujah. But I know where I've been. There's a cry in the distance. It's a voice that comes from deep within. There's a cry asking why. I pray the answers up ahead. 'Cause I know where I've been. There's a road we've been traveling, lost so many on the way, but the riches will be plenty, worth the price we had to pay. There's a dream in the future. There's a struggle that we have yet to win. Use that pride in our hearts to lift us up until tomorrow. 'Cause I know where I've been. Yeah, there's a road we must travel. There is a promise that we must face. Oh, but the riches will be plenty, yeah, worth the risk and the chance that we take. There's a dream, yeah, in the future. There's a struggle that we have yet to win. Use that pride in our hearts to lift us up until tomorrow. I know where I've been. Lord knows I know where I've been. I give thanks to my God 'cause I know where I've
start fighting behind the scenes about trying to get some things done. And one of the things that I want to talk to you about is our Vocational School of the Arts, Homies Empowerment, and Brother Maui is going to talk to you about this strength, courage, and wisdom and how we change the issues of our youth from led to lead. How do we get them to go from that? We have a rich history. We all know that. We have a lot of strength. We all know that. But the courage to take what they're going through and turn it around to something positive. Years ago, I used to work with a sister named Layla Steinberg, and she was the sister that actually helped to get Tupac signed. My daughter and I both worked with her. And we would go into the schools, and we would we would ask the principal what were their issues, and we would bring artists with us, and then we would talk about it. And one of the things, as you know, the drug issue has been prevalent for 1 billion years. One of the things that I would say to them, if you are a drug addict, a drug dealer, then you are an entrepreneur. Think about it. You got to get your finances together. You have to have your salespeople. You have to have your business plan. You have to do a whole lot of things that we have to do for our own business. So what do we do to change that scenario? How do we get them to see that they got that skill set? If you can get out there and do all of that, you got a skill set. How do we get them to see, to figure out what it is that they want to do, and then turn that around legal and make that into bank? We're dying. One of the things that we're not talking about is the fact that we are killing each other. A form of genocide amongst our own people. You know where that came from. I remember watching a piece on the internet, and there was this man, this white dude, in a Klan's outfit. And I had to chuckle because what he was saying was actually right. He said, we don't have to do anything, and I'm not going to use his vernacular, but he said, we don't have to do anything. We just need to sit down and let them niggas do it for themselves. They're killing each other. We ain't got to kill them. We're giving them the drugs. They're killing each other. We ain't got to do it. They don't want to go to school. We've been trying to keep them from not learning. They passed the law so that they can read and write and do all of the above, but they're not going to do that. So what do we do to change this scenario? We, I, you, come from a strong stock of people. Strength, courage, and wisdom. That's who we are. So when do we turn that around and start doing something about it? So the first person that I want to bring up, and Maui just spoke, so I'm going to bring him on last, is to bring in Liette Meisenheimer. But before I do that, I want to tell you about the Vocational School of the Arts. For over 20 years, I've had this dream, and again, reached out to quite a few people to see if they would assist me. And Sister Liette, you know I'm forgetful, so you need to help me with some of these names. But I'm from Baltimore, chose to stay here because there was something here that said, Askari, you need to be here. In Baltimore, we have a school called the Vocational School, Carver Vocational School. You get your high school diploma, and you also have a skill set. I want to bring that concept here because in our educational system, many of our students, more than many, are not going to college. Let's keep it real. And then the other thing that bothers me is that we're in a school system that does not teach our kids cursive. So now we're going back to the X generation. Remember, we didn't know how to write, so we had to put an X or somebody signed it for us. So here we are in 2022 in the school system that we have that people are fleeing to get away from. Fleeing. Our numbers are dropping like crazy. And when you ask our kids, what are they going to do? They say, I don't know. So what else is there for them to do but to get in trouble? And you can't blame them for a lot of things because it's our fault. It is our due diligence to make sure that our, number one, kids can read and write. Dr. Adam Clark at a meeting at the African American Alliance meeting one time waved his hand at me and told me that I need to come up with the times. And I told him, don't you ever wave your hand at me again. I don't care who you are. So he was talking about how his parents were administrators and educators. There came he. So I said, well, mine are too. There came me. So you know how to read and write, but why don't our kids? One of the superintendents said that the teacher said that they didn't have enough time. Oh, we don't have enough time. Well, we have enough time for you to pack up your stuff and go somewhere else. And let's bring in some teachers that want to be there and take the time to teach these kids how to read and write. Why should our children stand up there and know how to print, but where it asks for a signature, it cannot? Don Jordan said to the gentleman, and I say that nicely, Dr. Clark, I'm in the real estate industry. You cannot use e-signatures. Why are we satisfied that these kids can go out and be graduated and they can't even read or write? That's our fault. Many of our kids are out there taking care of homes, selling drugs so they can make sure that their sisters and brothers can have something to eat, so that they can pay the bill, the PG&E, so that they won't be hot or cold. Come on now. Times need to change. So this school that I'm talking about, that I'm trying to bring here, we are trying to bring here to Vallejo, would have the vocational concept as well as your regular traditional concept, so that when you graduate, you will have something to do for those who don't want to go to college. And when I talk about the School of the Arts, I'm not talking about just music. I'm not just talking about dance. You know it's an art to be a carpenter. You know it's an art to be an engineer. You know it's an art to be a plumber. You know it's an art to do cleaning. It's an art to all of the above. We don't even teach life skills. So at what point do we stand up and say enough is enough? Because we're not saying that. We're just sitting there and talking on the telephone. Girl, I'm so sick of what's going on in the city. Man, I'm sick of this. Well, when are you going to stop doing that and start getting involved? Pick something. Do something. We got elections coming up now, and we definitely do not want the same as we ever had. We're not moving anywhere. We're in the 1950s. I'm still looking to see Gomer Pyle. I'm still looking to see, what was her name? Aunt B, and all the rest of that. So can we come into the 21st century? Everywhere around us is moving. This city is considered as the drive-through city. We drive through to get burgers. We drive through to get gas. As we drive through to go to Napa, to Oakland, to San Francisco, this place should be hopping and popping. The Empress Theater should be like a Yoshi's. I've been saying this for 1 billion years, and everything that we were promised today was promised to us in '87 when we moved here. So at one of the meetings that I went to with all your high echelon people talking about, we're going to have a hotel, we're going to have a convention center, same stuff in '87. So I finally said, so when is this going to happen? Will this happen before I die? Well, you know I wasn't invited back. But at the same time, the statement is real. We've been talking and saying the same stuff over and over and over again. No more forums in terms of asking us, what do you want? How many more pieces of paper do we need to write that on? How many pieces that we've had every kind you can think of. So as my friend said to me, Sister L, she says, you know, there's a closet filled with all of these pieces of paper. I say it's a room, a warehouse, because how many of these forums have we had? And we watch people put these things up on the wall and write down, what did you say? Oh, okay, write that down. And then at the end, they fold it up, and then the city manager will say, we heard you. We heard you. And then turn around and walk out and do the same thing over again. It's time for a change. So when you vote, this time, grab your sister, grab your cousin, grab your uncle, grab everybody that you can think of. You see somebody in the shopping center, Stand there and talk and have a conversation, because this is important. Our youth is important. They're not thought about. Our gang members are important. They're not thought about. Our children are important. They're not thought about. And the history that I grew up in, we were thought about. And my last thing on this one, and then I'll bring Sister Liette up, is we're going to be doing Black Lives Matter May 28th, 29th. I put it on pause because of COVID. In that instance, all lives mattered. So when the call comes out for you to come, please do not think about an organization, because Black Lives Matter is not an organization. Black Lives Matter means my ancestors and what they went through. Black Lives Matter means the MIA, the missing in action, that have been murdered and thrown and cast aside over the years. That's what Black Lives Matter means, not Black Lives Matter, the organization. Give me a break. My ancestors will be jumping up and down and screaming and clapping if they could have been able to see Black Lives Matter painted in front of the Washington White House. To see a black president. My mother died before Obama came in, but I can see her right now. Woo, 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 Obama. Woo. I was like, what is wrong with you? But, you know, she was just that excited because this is something we never thought that we could have. Let's change the scenario around, brethren and sisters. Let's stop talking about it and stop waiting for a church to tell you it's time for you to move. Okay, you don't need a pastor to tell you that. What about your own conscience? What about your own thoughts? What about your own ideas? Let's fix this place up for our youth. And if we stop putting all of our money into the police, I don't care, y'all can be mad, I don't care, into the police department, into the fire department, and into staff that ain't doing nothing. I understand that there's 130 plus positions that are gone. Here's an opportunity to revamp. They didn't want to be here. Here's an opportunity to revamp our city, government, and do something positive for the community that is paying the taxes and for the people that voted for you and put you in office.
Let's take a stand as a man, not former slaves in the field. And let's build each other up instead of stuck and just destroying everything that we build. Why people gotta get killed before we recognize their greatness? Why we gotta get locked in cages to start exercising patience? No lie, let's start making changes, let's start making rearrangements to our list of priorities, cause majority on different pages. I just wanna change the world forever, yeah. No lie, I wanna bring the world together, yeah. But everybody wanna live fast and die young. But fast money gone just as fast that it come. If we could get on the same page, yeah, we could really create changes. Can we get on the same page, yeah? Can we get on the same page? No lie, yeah, yeah. Sometimes I feel like I'm unplugged and settled in the matrix, watching like I understand to create fear and develop hatred. We all at different stages, different mental spaces. One thing that makes us the same is we all human, embrace it. I was laced up by some sages. One told me the goal is to lead this world the way we came in and be just like a baby. Cause all a baby know is love until it's taught to hate. And it don't matter about your class, your gender, or your race. The energy you emanate could be the difference between you getting lemons or lemonade. Either way, when you get a taste of the ways of the universe, mistakes get brought to light to rectify and recognize all the ways that you can learn. Sometimes the process hurts, but we gotta process pain. Cause hurt people think it's time for change. We need to heal from trauma, we need restoration. Money can't solve all our problems, but fulfill them reparations. If we ain't on different pages, that'd be like a breath of fresh air, like respiration. No lie, yeah, yeah. Please feel me, oh, cause I just wanna change the world forever. No lie, I wanna bring the world together, yeah. But everybody wanna live fast and die young. But fast money gone just as fast that it come. If we could get on the same page, yeah, we could really create changes. Can we get on the same page, yeah? Can we get on the same page? No lie, yeah, yeah. Can we get on the same page, yeah, yeah, yeah. Can I do one more song for y'all? Absolutely. That was a song titled Same Page. I felt like that was definitely self-explanatory, something that's needed. This next song is titled Break the Mold. This is a call to action. So hopefully this moves you to action. For sure. So let's get it. Perfect, yeah, yeah. No lie, yeah. You could break the mold. I know I am so far from perfect, but I know I can speak for more than one person when I say I'm so tired of hurting. We could change the world forever if we come together. We can break the mold. Yeah, we can break the mold, no lie. Yeah, we can break the mold. We can break the mold. We can change the world forever if we come together. We can break the mold. Mentally constipated, on my mind but can't come out. Surrounded by cats and real and fake, observing way to make them out. Who's who? Really ain't got a clue, man. Think it do cool, man. Kicking it like Luke Kane till you see a few things. You see on 2 lanes, like Jay could have 2 chains. Now it's time to change. You part of your crew, man. Don't do the big crew thing. That's the method, man. No Wu-Tang dudes too loose, like shoes and no shoestrings. Try to lace them, but they burn like butane when you introduce flames to the equation. Trying not to give up on my people and be patient, but the reality of the situation, large part of the population can't save them. Hopefully they see the truth. The reason that I care so much, cause I've been through so much, trying to spare the young. When the things I done and things done, and seeing the guns and drugs in the slums. To where you from, to where I'm from, it's all the same thing, just in different ways. It's all the same pain, just a different place. Same conclusion, just a different pace. So I'm trying to break the mold. I'm trying to take control of the mind of the masses. I'm gonna stop to the deaf can hear me loud and clearly, and the blind see it happen. And that's deeper than rapping. I speak out of passion, no lie, please fear me. We all victims of that Willie Lynch letter, but if we come together, so much better we will be. I know I am so far from perfect, but I know I can speak for more than one person when I say I am so tired of hurting. We could change the world forever if we come together. We can break the mold. Yeah, we can break the mold. No lie. Yeah, we can break the mold. We can break the mold. We could change the world forever if we come together. We can break the mold. Product of my environment, at least that's what we're told. And you don't plan for retirement when you program to blow grass and sell dope. To the day that you're gone, bro, I swear it's so cold when you gotta call home. A place where you grow thinking hope was a joke, and everybody broke thinking that's how it go for somebody like me. Just another young brother from the streets, where you gotta see the beauty in the beast, cause the weak can't eat, but we can't leave. But how can we stay free when they lock us in prison, when we've been in prison the blocks? When no equal opportunity go for jobs, or protection will come from a Glock. When will it stop? Some would say never, but you never know till you make that endeavor. No lie, ties to the lies may be set so high. Try to get a world of perception so fly that you fly away to a higher place. When you was told you couldn't reach it, open your eyes today. If you're alive today, we can break the mold into pieces all around the globe. We can break the mold, it's in our control. You gotta let go, what's frivolous, whoa. Do better to show the youth something better instead of robbing them for their innocence. And that's deeper than rapping, I speak out of passion, no lie, please fear me. We are victims of that Willie Lynch letter, but if we come together, so much better we will be. I know I am so far from perfect, but I know I can speak for more than one person when I say I am so tired of hurting. We could change the world forever if we come together. We can break the mold. Yeah, we can break the mold. No lie. Yeah, we can break the mold. We can break the mold. We could change the world forever if we come together. We can break the mold. Thank you.
These are our black businesses, you guys. Come on. Let's go out and support. I want to thank
thank all of you. Thank you for the blessings. When you walk this way, please walk out this way so that they get one last look. Come down the middle, please. Come down the middle. Come on. Walk down the middle. And while they're walking, let me tell you about the artwork. Will the young lady Axel stand, please? Sister Axel. This is a woman that has done our work. She's Vallejo's own.
Sliced bread is his lips, his hugs, his kiss, his touch, and I just want the whole world to know about my black brother. I love you, and I'll never try to hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true, 'cause you're my black brother, strong brother, and there is no one above you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true, 'cause he's misunderstood. Some say that he's up to no good around the neighborhood. And for your information, a lot of my brothers got education. Now check it, you got your Wall Street brother, your blue collar brother, you're down for whatever, chilling on the corner brother, talented brother. And to every one of y'all behind bars, you know that this they love you. You're my black brother. I love you, and I'll never try to hurt you. I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true, 'cause you're my black brother, strong brother, and there is no one above you. And I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true, 'cause you're mine, you're mine, boy. And I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true. You mean so much to me, you give me what I need. I'm so proud of you. Love you for staying strong, you got it going on, and I'm so proud of you. We'll go with the thick and thin, brother, you gonna win. I'm so proud of you. Whatever you're facing, oh, brother's gonna work it out. I got unshakable faith. You're mine, I love you. I'll never try to hurt you, and I want you to know that I'm here for you. Oh, there is no one above you. I want you to know that I'm here for you. You're mine, you're mine. Oh, I want you to know that I'm here for you forever true. Thank you guys so much.